The following announcement has been paid for by the NCO. You're pretty good, but you're no Connor Oberst.
Fizzy Stardust, coach of the Atlanta Hawluchas. Right now, you're sitting at 3-0. Some people would say 3-0. That's a little bit ridiculous for a guy that can't even remember to bring items to the game. How do you feel about that? How do you defend your wins? What's the deal? Are you fluking your way to the top?
Well, you know what? I play hard. I play hard every week, and there's a lot of work that goes in. And these mistakes, some have been major, and some have been minor. Luckily enough, I don't think it's been brought out to the public, but it did happen again. It happened again, and Cote was a good enough man to restart the match, and but no, I don't think any of this is a fluke. I think it's all been coming to me. It's what I've been planning for. I mean, it's been a year in the works. I got myself 3 first-round picks in a shallow draft, and I was able to leverage those picks into some great Pokemon and make plenty of moves. And when you got this much skill, you don't need that many items.
Plenty of moves. Let's hold on there. Let's talk about all of the moves. You're sitting at about one original Pokemon from the Atlanta Hawluchas roster from last year. There's virtually no one on the team that's seen the field in the jersey the entire season. How can you even call this team the Atlanta Hawluchas when Magnezone is the only returning member at this point?
Gosh, is that accurate?
I think it's accurate.
Let me look at this roster. uh, uh, yeah. Okay. Sure. All right. Yeah. You know what? Magnezone, he is the only Atlanta Hawlucha who was originally drafted in last year's expansion draft. But you know what? It's not about who's here the longest. It's about who's here to play and who's here to win. I joke a lot about being Billy Bean, and from now on, every time I sit down for an interview, I want to be called Fizzy Bean Dust, or Fizzy Star Bean, or something like that. But you know what? It doesn't matter. We've made these moves. It's all about metrics. It's all about what fits my play style mostly, and it's all about building the team to fit me. And while some of those Pokemon were here and they were good while they were here, but we're trying to build something bigger and better, and it's working. We're 3-0.
You're 3-0 going into a match against last season's champion, though. I mean, you can say you're 3-0, and that's a big, improvement from last season when you were the lowest ranking team in your conference. But, who have you really taken out this season that stands up to the record? Who's to say the 3-0 matters and that it's just not 3 wins against 3 scrubs?
Wow. Uh, well, you know what? A wise man, he once told me that it doesn't matter whether you win by an inch or a mile, a win is a win. That wise man was Vin Diesel. He told me personally. It was later he put it in a movie. But a win is a win is a win, and it doesn't matter who I beat. I beat Kote. People thought that he would be untouchable in the rain, and I took it to him. He may not think he played the best. He may think he got some weird rolls, but you know what? A win is a win, and I'll take a win any way I can get it. Light, cheat, steal, I will take a win. And Super Blah this week, it's not going to matter. I play that guy a million times. I'll probably play him a million more. And, I will probably split the difference. It'll be 50-50 every time. And I didn't beat him last year, but the game was damn close. It came down to some fortunate incidents, and you know what? I think I'm gonna edge him out. I really do. I don't think he could beat me. I think I'm pretty untouchable.
Pretty untouchable is a bold claim, but let's go back to what you said a second ago: lie, cheat, steal. So you want to bring up the controversy? Let's bring up the controversy. Right now, you're the only team functioning with a fully functional public front office. The boys up front have allegedly been putting in a lot of work, game planning, prepping, and things like that. The other teams aren't running with that. Do you feel that's fair? Do you feel that you have an unfair advantage going into all of these matches?
I don't. I don't think it's unfair. There's no rule against it. There's they do work hard, and that's what I have them for, to work hard. But at the end of the day, it's me playing the matches. It's me making the moves. God knows I've shut down plenty of ideas from them, plenty of movesets. I've changed things, and they do some groundwork, but it's really the Fizz Touch that gets me the wins. It's the HP Rock, for instance, that really solidified that win that week. It's those HP Ices that I've moved into those sets. So really, it's they do a lot of work, do. But I'm here, and it's me playing the games. It's me making the moves. It's me making the sets. It's really the Fizz personality that gets those wins. I guarantee it.
All right, well then, how are you gonna feel when it's the Fizz Touch that brings another wrong HP to a match and costs you a win later on in the season? You're ready for that?
You know what? I don't think it will cost me a win. I don't foresee that happening again. Although I can sit here and say that, and next week it could happen. Unfortunately, I just got to work on checking, making sure I double check these, but I got to make sure before I play the game that everything went perfectly well. Something that happened last week is I made my changes, I checked my things, I didn't save, I closed my DS and just waited because I knew that game was later that day. I opened it, it said the game has been ejected. Didn't think anything of it. All the Pokemon were still in the team in my party, so I said, let's go. But there had been some issues. Could it have been sabotage? I think it might have been. I don't know who's out to get me, but when you're on top, you gotta make a lot of enemies.
That's a bold claim, throwing around accusations against other people, especially from a man sitting atop a lofty chair there at the 3-0, nearly at the top.
If you could see the chair I'm sitting in, it is a lofty chair. It's a great chair. It's a leather lazy boy. It's great.
I mean, no one's doubting the luxurious lifestyle that a GBA coach has here. I don't think that's the matter in question here. The matter in question here is, have you deserved these wins? Do you deserve the pomp that accompanies your status right now? Is it valid?
I think that's a dumb question. I'm going to tell you right now that I do deserve these wins. I would deserve everything that I get coming to me. I deserve the mistakes that I've made. But you know what? Through those mistakes, I've made, the best out of it. Arguably the match I made the most mistakes in was my win by the largest margin. So I can still pull it out. I got something still deep down inside that's it's like it's like when you see a guy out there on any stage and you go, dang, he's got it. I've got it. So yeah, everything all of my accomplishments right now, the 3-0, I got it. I deserve it.
All right, well, it's hard to argue with that kind of confidence going into it. It's hard to argue with the results you've got going for you. We can question some of the plays, we can question some of the sets, we can question some of the ethics behind it, but I think at the end of the day, as you said, a win's a win, and that's, a pretty strong testament to what you have going on here. Thank you for your time, and thanks for the interview.
Thank you for sitting down with me. I hope that we can do it again soon. I want to sit down and talk to, have some outreach to the fans out there, the little guys who buy the Atlanta Hawluchas jerseys, to the big guys who take the little guys to buy the Atlanta Hawluchas jerseys. And I just want to say, to anyone who says Atlanta Hawlucha, I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice, and then I'm gonna punch you in the face.
I haven't got anything.
I think I'll just cut it there.
Yeah, that's done.